Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control in me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt me? Slow down, baby. Trade switches how you see things. Realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back.
What's going on, everyone? Matic here, and today we're going to go over the Outslayer 130-pound Muay Thai bag. So as y'all probably saw from the intro, this is a pretty big and heavy bag. Compared to the two that we had previously, where this one is 130 pounds and it feels like every bit of 130 pounds, these are probably, now that I actually pick it up, maybe 60 pounds. I know in my previous video going over the different targets and punching bags that we have at our disposal, I probably said this was a 70 or 80 pound. After picking this thing up, I'd probably say this might be closer to a 60. It might be a 70, and I can just grab it well enough to lift it more. It could probably be heavier because that actually seems pretty squishy compared to the top of that. So this could probably be a little bit heavier. But yeah, so this thing is 130 pounds. So why did I get 130 pounds? Why not? But the main reason is because I kind of wanted a little bit something heavier to hit, kind of closer to a standing bag. Those can be weighed anywhere between 150 to 250 pounds at the base. And I want something kind of similar. And what little bit I have hit with this, I'm going to get the similar results, but minus the downside of a standing bag is I don't really have to worry too much about my feet getting crushed if I hit the standing bag too far and then it comes back at me. So that was kind of the main reason I got this, so I can get closer, do what I need to do, also working on lower leg stuff and all that jazz. So again, this is the Outslayer 130-pound Muay Thai bag at 6 feet tall. Now, I know I probably could have hung this to where the logo was proudly presented. However, I wasn't thinking about that because, again, this is heavy. I just want to get it hung. And I can't necessarily just spin it around, kind of have it there, because on the bottom of the bag comes with a D-ring. You can get it with or without the D-ring. I got it specifically with a D-ring because I've gotten a 10-foot by 4-inch tie-down strap from when I used to do trucking, obviously. And I've threaded it through the D-ring primarily so I don't want it to swing a whole lot like these bags do, and I have to wait or physically stop it to stop moving when I'm working singular or a very small number of techniques. So the strap limits how far the bag will go and brings it back to 0 far more quickly. Even though the weight in and of itself will do that as well, the less time I have to worry about it, awesome. So when you buy this, I bought mine off of Amazon by the, I think it was one of the affiliate links by Icy Mike from Hard to Hurt. And on Outslayer's promotional photos and stuff like that, they show Icy Mike with Outslayer bags hung up in his gym. He is a professional trainer, kickboxing, and I guess MMA coach. He does a little bit of ground stuff, but mostly kind of kickboxing and self-defense. So when you buy your Outslayer bag, you get a couple of things. One, it comes in this canvas-like outer shell bag. The inside is just nothing special. It's just a big tube. It's zippered on one side, and you just slide it off like you saw in the intro video. You also get stickers. Everybody loves stickers. A little card that says we're here to help, and if anything's wrong with the bag, contact us, stuff like that. So that's cool. But you also get a little sheet of paper that says you can get free hand wraps if you let's see, leave us a product review on Amazon for this item and receive two pairs of complimentary 180-inch elastic hand wraps. So if you do a product review and whatnot on the bag, you can get some free hand wraps, so that way you don't have to buy your own. Like for me, it kind of sucks if you have to do it on Amazon, because this is going to be a review that I put on YouTube, so no reps for me. I don't know, we'll see how that happens. Now, it's kind of hard to do a bag review when you like just got it. And from here you can see it is Tuesday, August 20th of when I got this bag. So I'll be using it for the next couple months, especially for my next update in my Road to Baki series. So this will be really coming out somewhere, let's see, August, October, maybe end of October-ish, something. We'll see on how that goes. Might be more November on my upload schedule. And since this will be coming out after the update or whatever, and the main reason is in the next update, I'm going to be using an actual target for hitting with my punches. So 1, 2, boom, and then coming back. And I want something I can actually hit that has a little bit of give, not too much like the bags that we have currently, and that I would have to physically stop in between sets, or reps, really. And I don't want to deal with that. I want to hit this, it'll return to 0 again, and I can kind of get those done rather quickly. Same thing for when I do kicks, is if I'm not able to get my kicks in for my update before classes and stuff start, I come up here, and when I do them on the big swinging bags, it just takes forever. So that's been part 1 of this video. Coming right up will be about 2 months later, and I'll tell you on how it's worked out. And we're back.
Roll back the rock to the dawn of time and sing this song with me.
So today is November 4th. I've been using this bag for a little bit over 2 months now, really getting the hang of it and seeing kind of what it does. And it is doing what I was hoping it to. Because it is a longer and heavier bag than the other two that we have, I am getting much, much better feedback with this one than I was compared to the other ones. Like I talked about in last month's video, where the reason that we use these tools and these hitting targets and stuff like that is, yes, you do hit them hard, you learn how to hit things hard, but you learn to hit things hard using proper technique and body structure. Again, I can hit this and be quite lazy and get good looking results or what have you. Problem is, because I am sensitive to what my body is doing, I'm very self-aware of what it does and doesn't do. I am able to feel with that punch, however you might think it looked like. It might look like it hit hard, or at least hit good. I felt tension in places that I didn't really want it to. And that's if I'm being very, very lazy. If I'm doing things correctly, or more correct than that, I don't feel as much or any feedback from it. So I have to go to this one, and if I am just as lazy when I hit this, I'm feeling stretches and recoil throughout parts of my body that I can't feel with that, even though it's the same level of laziness. So it forces me to have to be more correct, whether it's with punches or even with kicks, just coming from here, like during my Baki series, I'm doing kicks from here. If I am not correct just from doing that kick, the recoil can come back on me and actually knock me off, slightly off balance. Even when I'm doing round kicks, I've been noticing, again, that I don't feel on that, or even the standing bags that we have downstairs. When I do my round kick, the inertia or the resistance to movement of this bag, even though I am turning everything this way, because this is resistant to movement, I can sometimes feel, if I'm not correct, the bag making me want to recoil the other way when I don't want to. In actuality, if I hit somebody, I can use their body, their resistance, to bring myself back to the ground. But that's on purpose. I don't want that to be a lazy training thing. I want to know that when it happens on purpose. So that's for the actual uses of the bag. The actual uses has been very good. It's been doing everything I want it to. So where previously I had a strap on the bottom of it that I eventually took away, mostly because I wasn't able to figure out a good way to keep the strap from being pulled out from under the mats without having to do a whole bunch of other work and stuff like that. So what I did instead is I dropped the bag down a few inches, so now it hits and kind of catches a little bit on the top of this mat. And sometimes it will kind of come up and get stuck that way, which is just a simple push and it fixes that problem. General wear and tear on the bag. I've mostly been the one using this here. Some people have hit it as well. That's for my shoe. There's a little bit of marking and stuff like that. One of the things that I did kind of see is, because I'm the one that bought this bag, so I'll do what I want with it. But when I was just kind of messing around, like using sticks or knives or whatever and hitting. So if I hit straight on, nothing really happens to the bag, kind of does what it does. The problem is, like, when you're using bladed type weapons, usually straight on or like a 90-degree attacks directly into an object is not optimal. You want a slight arc to your attacks. So I would mostly be hitting with the last third or so of the weapon and trying to go through. Ooh, and not quite sure if y'all are able to see this line that is now new that went through the markings and stuff like that and just kind of drug it over. So I'll kind of show it a little bit again. We have a nice clean spot right here, and all I'm going to do is just drag the tip across. Not a whole lot of pressure. So how much of a big deal is that? Kind of depends if you plan on hitting it with any types of weapons or anything, or any kind of grazing attacks. If most of your stuff is going to be straight on, even hooks, stuff like that, anything or whatever, the design and whatnot should hold up. There is a little bit of like kind of wearing off. I don't know if that's just dirt and stuff or being done that, or the design actually kind of being rubbed off. And that's if you care about it still looking pretty after years and years of use. But I personally don't, as long as it does its job, and its job is to get hit and get hit a lot.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
So another thing that's really cool with this bag is, because it is kind of heavy enough the way it is, for some of our students, I've been able to use it to explain or show certain concepts of really power development and just working on and making sure your structure is actually as correct as it is. So even as a teaching tool, it works very, very well for students who are trying to develop their technique. So personally, for me, I would actually give the Outslayer Muay Thai 130-pound heavy bag a pretty good recommendation. If nothing else, in the classification that is in, it is a fairly decent priced punching bag, as well as being relatively good quality. And I at least will stand behind it. If you would like to get the bag, I will put a link in the description to the home website. It is also available on Amazon, so you can compare prices if you want to. And I have been very happy with the bag so far, so if you choose to get it, I hope you enjoy it as well. I'm Matic, and I'll see y'all later. And the main reason is in this net cats and boots.